Hey guys, today is June the 14th, 2018. I'm going to show you how I do my blueberries. As you can see, a lot of them are not quite ripe. And there's a reason for that, because the birds eat them. So I have to pick them, and the whole time that I was trying to pick, the catbird was just whining and whining because he wanted in there where I was picking so he could get his mouthful of blueberries. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate these, and the ones that's already ripe, of course I'll put them in the refrigerator, and the other ones I will show you how I'll ripen them by tomorrow. Okay, this is the way that I did it. Now I just cover them with paper towels. I sorted them. Is keep the paper towels on them overnight. And you just want them single files the way I'm doing. Okay, this is the next day, but it hasn't been 24 hours. But I have more berries that I have to sort. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the ones like so out of here, and the ones that's reasonably ripe, I am going to put them in the fridge because I don't want to have too many berries stretched out all over the counter. And I have more that I want to sort and lay out. And I'm going to use the cookie sheet that has the sides, which is a much better choice. So I'm just going to lay paper towels down and then put a paper towel on top, and that way they will stay in place. They won't roll off of the side like the way this is. This is up on my cutting board, actually. These loaf pans are so handy to put in the refrigerator. They take up less room. I'm just going to put a rag over them and keep them nice and dry so they don't mold. And I'm just going to cover these up. And then tomorrow, I need to get my other paper towel. Then tomorrow I'll do the same. I will sort them, and then any surplus ones that we have, then I will freeze. The ones that's a deeper purple, they're more ripe, they'll be more sweet. And it's quite tedious to sort them. There's no doubt about it. Even more tedious to be when you pick them. It's a headache. I had to wear my bug suit, and I about cooked to death because I didn't get out early enough this morning. So I've got all these yet to sort. And I just want to make a point where, like this, accidentally I tore some of these off that got caught on my bug suit. And they probably are never going to ripen if you had them in there a million years. I have them in there, but I just wanted to show you guys when they're like that, it's highly unlikely. Now, if it's like this and it's starting to turn, that should take a little longer. Some of them might take a couple days. The little stems and stuff that was on the ripe ones, I took those off, or any that has boo-boos or whatever. And they're good enough. I'm just going to throw those in. And then any little debris, then I just throw it in the bucket. But even an easier way, guys, is when you bring in your bucket of berries, you can just dump some in your hand, and you can sort at the time that you bring them in. Here's what I picked today. It's a half of a small bucket. And it is hot out there today. So now I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to do these berries. Now these come out of the freezer, and they're good and cold, and I did not wash these, so I put on the bag unwashed. So some of my berries is washed, some of them is unwashed. Well, what happens when you put them in the freezer an hour and a half, 2 hours, and these are just baking, glass baking dishes that I have them in, and here is some black raspberries. And then what I do, if any of them sticking, and when you don't wash them, see how nice that is? You can hear the crinkling sound of them, but they're starting to freeze. See, by them being like that, they won't stick together like they do if you wash them and stick them in a sack. Then you have to kind of chip them and break them up. Okay, when you put them in the freezer, you want to lay them flat the way they are. And then by them being partly frozen, you ought to be able to take out exactly what you want. Like if you want some in water left overnight to infuse the flavor into the water, or if you want to use them as ice cubes to get your water good and cold and then eat them that way, or you can put them on top of your salads. So you don't have to use them just for pies. We just eat them. We just take them while they're partly frozen and just throw them in a fruit salad, for instance. Okay, the raspberries are ready to go. I fill the bag about 2/3 so that the bag can be flat, where you can take and stack another nicely on top, like so. So I can add more to this. And, you know, if you don't overfill them, they stack really nice.